Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
All right, welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook show, since the game is not over quite yet. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Little bit of a nerve thing going on here, Tommy.
It's never easy, as you say, Tim.
5-2 lead for the Brewers. And it's never easy. You can't get into cruise control here with this team.
No. Uribe having to come in. If Woodford would have closed it out after Woody had an awesome 7 innings today, that would have been just massive for this team. They had to use 5 relievers yesterday, so they didn't want to go into Uribe or anyone else leverage for it. But Abner Uribe's got to close it out. He's got a 1-0 count on Javier Sanoa with runners on the corners. Tying run is at the plate.
Just bring in McGill and be done with it.
For 3 days in a row? Just so you keep hearing booze? Just every single outing is booze, booze, booze.
How about Brandon Woodruff today? And hopefully it'll be a happy ending here for the Brewers in game 2. There's a ground ball. Terang's got it.
Can of corn.
That's it.
There it is.
And there's your game. It is a final from Miami, and the results are good as the Brewers take game 2 of this 3-game series. Winning streak at 4. They win another series, and they'll go after the sweep tomorrow. Welcome in, everybody. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, a 5-2 victory, and now winning streak at 4. And making up for the 6-game losing streak, Brandon Woodruff. Is this the Woody we're going to see the entire season? Well. 92 pitches, 7 full innings, 70 of those 92 for strikes. He allows 1 run on 3 hits. He did walk a man, struck out 3. What a performance for Woody. And what a season so far.
Yeah, he's been efficient in all his outings, it feels like. It's not just he's never gotten himself into any Freddie Peralta situations where he's in the 90s in the 5th inning. He's going deep into games, at least efficiently into ball games now. 94 pitches in that second game in which he went into the 6th. But other than that, everything's been 70, 67 pitches, and he's been making it to the 5-inning mark quite easily now this season. No different today with under 100 pitches, getting through 7. Tim, it is also the first game all season that the Brewers have won in which their opponent out-hit them, too.
Well, they did draw 11 walks in this game.
Who was what was Sandy Alcantara on today? I mean, he could not hit anything. Tim, he gave up a leadoff walk to Joey Ortiz, and that run still didn't come across the score, and they still lost the game.
That's the problem I had, and I was, again, going crazy during that, and I think I texted you some sort of tirade.
Something that you were really happy.
I wasn't pleased with the Brewers' offense because at that time with Alcantara being that wild and being that off you clearly could see that he did not have it today.
No, he did not.
And a decent or good offense, decent/good, would have sent him to the showers way earlier. He was just wiggling out of trouble. There were a couple of ground ball inning-ending double plays early on. You got traffic jams all over the place early in the game, and you just couldn't come through. What did we talk about last night? Brewers had to. You have to draw these walks, this type of offense. You have to raise pitch counts, but you also have to get into some once in a while. Now, later on in the game, Bryce Terang did. I mean, I thought it was a gift double for Contreras, but we'll take that. Clearly a mistake. I don't know if that's going to stay a double or not. Maybe someone's going to take a look at that and change that. But I was not happy early in this game. But once Woody started getting that rhythm going, made me feel just a little bit better. You're only down 1 zip.
Mm-hmm.
And once Woody started, hey, no problem. He gave up a base hit. Not a problem there. Oh, there's a walk. Only one walk in the game. Not a problem. Just worked around that. But again, back to Brandon Woodruff. This is a big year for him personally when you think about it. Now, I know he's never going to talk about that. They never do. But think about the human side of things. They're not machines, remember? So someone keeps reminding us of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not robots out there. They're not machines. They're people. They're human beings. Well, think about the situation that Woody's in. And this is a dude that before that injury, Tommy, he was on the horizon of a mega deal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, $200 million all day.
180 plus, maybe up to 220, somewhere in there. We'll average it out at around 200. Yes, that's what I would guess. Then he gets hurt. Okay, Brewers signed him to a 2-year deal, knowing 1 year was going to be on the shelf. Comes back and sort of a prove it, I'm healthy kind of situation. And then comes into this year taking the qualifying offer. He had to do that. I'm talking about just a human being, him and his family, sort of around the dinner table talk.
He was never going to make $20 million this season anywhere else.
Nowhere else.
No.
And I'm not convinced that the Brewers expected him to take it. I
agree.
There's some debate there, but my guess is the Brewers wanted compensatory stuff when they at least made that qualifying offer, which is the way the system works. Okay, so he makes $22 million. That's a big payday for Brandon Woodruff to this point in his career.
Absolutely. I mean, again, he's the second highest paid guy on the team, and it's really not even close during that, right? It's Christian Yelich, and then it's Brandon Woodruff after that. The payroll went up because of Brandon Woodruff accepting this qualifying offer. But, Tim, to your point, like, if this is the Woodruff that they're going to get, you pay $20 million a year for a guy with an ERA of 3.5 now in Major League Baseball. That's pretty. I know it sounds like a high number, but with the market of Major League Baseball, if Brandon Woodruff continues to do this through his, every 4 starts, this is what his numbers look like. The Brewers have spent $20 million well. Plus, you get a guy with experience. You get another guy for October. If that's the case with Woodruff, this could work out to be very symbiotic at the end of the day.
Absolutely right on, because again, he knows that, okay, at 33, I believe he's 33 years old. Is he 33 or 32?
Brandon Woodruff is 33 years old.
Okay. I'm going to suspect that after this year, he's going to get a 3-year deal. I think that's fair for a good chunk of money, generational money. He's going to earn it this year. The other bonus here, and want to get your reaction here on another Brewers win on the Nicolay Law Talking text line, 414-677-1250. The other bonus here, I think, starting to fly under the radar just a little bit. They're not really baby caking on him. They're really not, despite the 70-pitch outing a few starts ago. Remember that?
Yep. That was last start.
Was that his last? Okay.
It was.
70 pitches. Now, we all said, come on, 70 pitches? Okay, once in a while, you bite the bullet, lay off the dude. It's an injury sort of decision. Now you get 90 plus, 7 full. He's starting to chew up his fair share of innings now. I just think the stars are lining up. You just cross your fingers that Brandon Woodruff is going to stay healthy to the point where if this is what you get, and I think most importantly is the innings per start that he's given the Brewers, because quite frankly, with a young staff, this bullpen they've been riding this bullpen. This was beautiful for Woody today.
He's also progressed in each of them, Tim. He went 5 innings in his first start, 5 2/3 on April 6th in Boston. Against Washington, it was 6 innings, and then 7 innings against Miami today. He's been going further and further into games, each one, which also has to be good news knowing what Brandon Woodruff's coming from.
Velocity, high point today, high point in the season, 95.7.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Brandon Woodruff's velocity. It looks like it's there, and I actually really love his approach of rearing back when he really needs it. It feels like his efficiency has gone through the roof since the injury even. It might have gotten better after the injury, and that's dating back to last season in July when you first saw him. You could tell he now had a new strategy of pound the zone, fill it up with strikes, let them hit it. Just paint your spots, don't miss in a bad spot, and it's worked out really well for Brandon Woodruff since the return of the injury too.
Your boy had an error today. That would be Jake Bowers.
Yeah, it was on Jake. It was kind of Woodruff's fault.
Was involved.
It was kind of Woodruff's fault. Jake should know better. Hey, just say first base, instead of trying to play it cute. Maybe he got cute with it, but even Brian Anderson and Tim were like, Woody, what are you doing there?
Woody assumed that he was going to go to 2 on that.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have done that. Keep your eyes up, man. All right. Well, the Brewers get a 5-2 victory, their 4th consecutive after the 6-game losing streak. We'll get to the game highlights here. As early on in this one, it looked like this was going to be a 1 hour and 51-minute game, didn't it?
Yeah, they were cruising right there too. And Tim, I can't believe that we didn't see Aaron Ashby. Is this the first time back-to-back games without Aaron Ashby in today?
Maybe.
That 262 bringing up a point. No Ashby again is absurd. Murph must be listening to the show. I can't believe we didn't see Aaron Ashby today. Maybe it wasn't an opportunity where they ever thought they were going to give up a lead and it was going to be tied and then he could get the win. They don't want to waste the wins on anyone else. But Brandon Woodruff, I thought for sure Aaron Ashby would have been the next man out of the pen there.
The goal had to be lay off that bullpen today. Now, it got a little testy in that 9th inning. You had to go out there and get Abner Uribe. Jake Woodford, reserve. You wanted him to take it off the sheet, and you gave him every opportunity to do so. Allowed a couple of base runners in the 8th and loaded the bases in the 9th inning. Weird things can happen, and I was a little nervous, but back to the 1st inning, a leadoff base hit by Sal Frelick. Fly out from Contreras, inning-ending double play off the bat of Bryce Terang. A little on the aggressive side, Frelick, 2nd pitch base hit. Contreras, 2nd pitch fly out. 1st pitch swing and a miss for Terang before the double play, ground ball. 9 pitches. Aggressive for the Marlins. They went 1-2-3 in the bottom half against Woody. 9 pitches for Woody into the 2nd inning. Brewers traffic against Alcantara in the 2nd. 6-pitch strikeout, 5-pitch ground out. Now they're getting a little patient here. Then 0-2 double by Rengifo Show.
Is that what we're going with now? That's what we've workshopped?
He's going to come around.
Just wait till he goes Rengifo for tomorrow, all right?
Rengifo
for.
When Rengifo goes 4 for 4, his nickname turns into Rengifo for.
Okay. It's like a Wendy's ad just right there for him.
Yes. 2 on for the Brewers in that 2nd inning, but a ground out by Breckenridge ended it. 24 pitches in the 2nd inning alone for Alcantara into the bottom of the 2nd inning. Got to Woody for a run in that 2nd inning. Leadoff infield single, moved over on a ground out. Nice play by Ortiz. Next pitch, this is interesting. Contreras wanted a clock violation on the hitter Norby and didn't get it. Mm-hmm. And the next pitch, the 1st pitch, it was an RBI base hit. So I thought that was interesting. Soft contact, though. 1-zip as the game moved into the 3rd inning. And a big traffic jam for the Brewers in the 3rd. Leadoff walk to Joey Ortiz, really? Frelick fly out. Then walk to Contreras, walk to Terang. Bases loaded, 1 out. 16 pitches in that frame to that point. Sanchez with the bases loaded on the 20th pitch of the inning, hit into an inning-ending double play. Go, runners in scoring position. You guys got to step up here. You got Woody on the mound here. Woody walked the leadoff man. Both pitchers walked the 9-hole hitter in that 3rd. Fly out, strikeout, ground out. Mix it up. 42 pitches through the 3. 54 for Alcantara through the 3 innings of play. Brewers on the board in that 4th inning. 1-out walk to Rengifo Show. he would move over on a ground out. He was there for Brandon Lockridge. He went to work, extended battle, 0-2, 2-out, RBI base hit.
That one's up the middle. That's going to fall for a base hit. And Rengifo will score. There you go. Brandon Lockridge, a battle at the plate, down 0-2. And he delivers a 2-strike, 2-out RBI single. We're all tied at 1 apiece.
So tied at 1, Alcantara, after that inning was done, 75 pitches. Now, Woody, a leadoff base hit, bottom of the 4th inning. 3rd consecutive inning, the leadoff man on for the Marlins. Then that's when we just talked about the error on Bowers there. Little flip, but the runners made a mistake. They did record an out on that play, and there was a runner at second base, deep fly out, no problem. Second out, runner moves over to third. Seemed like a big spot in this game. Then a huge strikeout to Owen Casey to end that inning. Into the 5th, tied at 1. Brewers offense, finally, 5th inning, 1 out. It was William Contreras with a hustled double. I think that was an error all the way. Maybe 2 errors on that play.
Hey, if you get a double like that, or if you rip it in the gap, they count the same in the book, man.
That's right. We'll take the double for Wild Bill. And it's set up, well, what a lot of people are thinking is the Brewers' best hitter, Bryce Terang.
Contreras' hitting streak. Now Terang, high and deep to right center. This ball is up and out of here. Bryce is nice with a 2-run blast. A 400-foot bomb into right center field. And Terang has given the Brewers a 3-1 lead here in the 5th inning.
All right, Tim.
That dude. Wow.
Safety squeeze for Joey Ortiz was fine. Like,
Bryce is nice with.
Okay, like you're just a little like, come on.
Squeeze for Ortiz. Bryce is nice.
We don't need a Dr. Seuss book every time, Brian Anderson.
Bryce is nice.
Okay.
Well, we just threw out Rengifo show.
Faux show. Okay. All right. Green eggs and ham.
Another walk, and then a move over on a pass ball for Bowers. He popped it up for the 2nd out. Rengifo would line out to end the inning. But the Brewers did take that lead 3-1 with a 2-run 5th inning. Woody shut down frame right there in the 5th. The Brewers tried to add to it in the 6th inning. Leadoff walk to Garrett Mitchell. He steals second base. After a strikeout, he would move over on a wild pitch. He was there at third for Joey Ortiz. He would draw a walk, the 8th of the game to that point. Frelick, how about we get this thing in play?
And there goes Ortiz. Frelick, a bouncing ball to second base, coming to the plate, the slide, and out at the plate. That's going to be close. The Brewers will certainly want to look at this. Mitchell thought he beat the tag. And Nestor says, challenge. I thought the foot was in there too, but we're a long way away from home plate here.
After review, the call to the field is overturned. The runner is safe.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
Brewers get a break right there.
That's about, Sal Frelick, man. Jeez, dude. What happened? I'm finish the recap, and then we'll talk about Sal Frelick.
4-1. The Brewers were up at that point. Sal Frelick would then reach on a fielder's choice, and it set the table for Bryce Terang.
And he swings at the first pitch here. It's a base hit. Coming around to score is Ortiz. Bryce Terang is at it again. He drives in a run with 2 outs. It's an RBI single, and he makes it 5-1 Brewers. 3 ribbies today for Terang.
Another 262 text here saying Wang Dang Sweet Terang.
Yeah, oh yeah, love it. Love it.
Love it.
Gary Sanchez after that was drilled with a pitch to load the bases, but Bowers would fly out. Then it was all Woody, 6th and 7th, and finishes his outing with a strikeout. 7 full innings for Brandon Woodruff. He allows 3 hits, just 1 run. He walked a man, struck out 3 through 92 pitches, 70 for strikes, and got the win. Obviously, Jake Woodford. Trouble, a couple of base runners in that 8th. Bigger trouble in that 9th inning as he loaded the bases with just 1 out.
Yeah.
And then Uribe would have to come in. He allowed a fielder's choice RBI and then got the final out. And there's your Brewers win, 5-2.
Yeah, and Woody retired his last 11.
Look at that.
Good to mention as well.
Just, wow.
Getting better as the game went on.
Just beautiful. Again, as I said, guys, every single win when you don't have Yelich, every win when you don't have Churio, every single win when you don't have Andrew Vaughn. These are huge. 4 in a row now. They've won now 5 of their 7 series. A little blip in there. We're hoping we look back to last week and we say, yeah, that was that, they ran into some rough luck there and lost 6 in a row. We're putting some distance between that and now, are we not? 4 straight victories and a series victory with today's win. All right, Nicolay Law, talking text line here on a Saturday night. Plenty of time for you. We're going to hear from Pat Murphy, among others, here as we move along. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show after the 5-2 win, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. Brewers win again, and we're talking about it.
Who gave the crew some breathing room? What play was it? It's time for the insurance run of the game, brought to you by G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. On the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
We'll get to you guys on hold in just a second here as the Brewers get the win today, taking game 2 of this 3-game series. Taking the series, obviously, with the 5-2 victory. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen, G2 Insurance, your friend in insurance. You got a tie ball game. You want to get the lead, but with one swing, you get the lead and G2 Insurance.
Bryce is nice with a 2-run blast. A 400-foot bomb into right center field. And Terang has given the Brewers a 3-1 lead here in the 5th inning.
Yeah, we started it because we were playing with the Bryce is nice from right there. So Bryce Terang, the G2 Insurance run of the game. As you said, Timmy, he not only gives you the lead, but gives you some insurance. And running a business is like a championship run. One bad hit can take you out of the game. G2 Insurance Services specialize in keeping your business and reputation protected. They offer tailored solutions for restaurants, professional liability, and workers' comp. They represent top carriers like Erie to find the best combination of coverage and price. Get the defensive line your business deserves. G2 Insurance Services in Brookfield. Online at g2ins.com. Your friend in insurance.
Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim and Tommy and a 5-2 win. We'll get to you guys now. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Brandon Woodruff, topic of conversation. A 12-8 mark. You've won 5 of 7 series. You're going after the sweep. You're this close to erasing a 6-game losing streak. You've made up 2/3 of that. That is huge, guys. I'm telling you, while these young starters find their legs, while this offense just does whatever it can do, if you can get wins now and get things right, I can tell you one thing: the mark of a good leader, the mark of a good manager, with whatever you do for a living, the mark of a good leader and manager or supervisor or boss is making what you have better the longer you have it, figuring it out as you move along. And that's what I think Pat Murphy is doing right now. Just maneuver things, figure it out while you move along. Clearly, he's not at full force here. But yet here they are, 12-8. And that includes a 6-game losing streak. That should tell you something.
Yeah.
And they will get better and they will get healthier. But however, just final thing before we get to the calls. Tommy, look at the pitching lines the last 3 or 4 games within this streak.
Yeah.
My goodness.
It was 30 innings worth of work going into today with, I believe, just 7 earned runs. So I think it's 37 with 8. I'm pretty confident. Let me look at the game notes again here because I just have them up. Yeah. Okay. So it is 30-7, right? That's what I just said. So 37-8. Yeah, that's what it is. 37 innings, 8 earned runs over the last 6 games from the starting rotation now.
You're going to win a bunch of games. You do that.
Yes.
You allow only 8. But yet chew up 37 innings. That's sweet. All right, 414-677-1250. Nicolay Law talking text line. Mr. Ferguson, our leadoff hitter, what's going on?
Oh, no pressure or anything. How you doing, Timmy? Tommy?
How we doing?
Good. More important, how you are.
I am happy. It's a sunny day. Brewers win. All's right with the world.
Yeah.
Remind me, what was the Brewers' winning percentage at the end of the season last year?
Okay, let me see what we got here. They won 97, right? So can I just do 97 divided by 162? 5987. So pretty much 60.
And what's their winning percentage today?
Oh, you made me do the math on a question you already knew the answer to, Mr. Ferguson.
Oh, no, I like it.
My point is all the panicans out there who are freaking out, losing all of their ever-loving minds over a 6-game losing streak in the first 2 weeks of April. Slow down. I know that 600 doesn't project this year as it was last year. That wasn't really the point. My point is this is a good baseball team with a lot of injuries, a lot of challenges. Sal Frelick can't hit his way out of a wet paper bag right now.
Yeah, Mr. Ferguson, I wanted to bring that up with Tim, too, because I know that's his boy.
He can hang here for the conversation.
I'm officially...
Sal, can you hit the baseball, please?
I'm a little worried since that homer. I don't know if he's gotten a barrel since then, Mr. Ferguson.
No, he looks lost. He really... His approach doesn't look like Sal of the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. And the reason I bring that up is everybody likes to jump all over Joey O, and I understand that. Joey O is there for his defense. He's never going to be on a big league roster because of his bat. That's not who he is. Now, he's probably going to level out around 250 this year. His approach looks pretty good. Drew 2 good walks today against a good pitcher. Mm-hmm. Showed a lot of discipline at the plate. He wasn't swinging wildly. The anomaly of him always coming up with the bases loaded can't go on forever. And if it does, wow, that's just put him in the Hall of Fame for that, because that's statistically ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, there's the question I'm starting to ask is they changed hitting coaches. Did they make a mistake?
Well,
some of these
maybe.
Some of these guys don't look the same. They look like their approach has been messed with. Something's different, and it's not clicking.
Well, to your point, though, Mr. Ferguson, I think this is the best Bowers has looked. I think this is the best Garrett Mitchell has looked during this stretch. Bryce Terang.
There's upticks as well. Remember what we all knew coming into the season was that, look, there will be things that raise our eyebrows and we say, wow, look at the uptick here. Look at that. But knowing full well that some may take a step back. And I think so far it's been Frelick. I think he's the first guy you would point to.
Well, and I wasn't finger pointing. I wasn't suggesting that they make any kind of change. It's just something to keep an eye on. We're so early in the season. Sometimes guys start slow for whatever reason. And, Frelick may be trying to fight through injury. He's got that hockey player mentality. His knee may be worse than he wants to admit, and he's just playing through it because he's a gutty guy. I'll give him that. His defense has been stellar. I mean, that hasn't dropped off, which is great, which means his head's on straight. It doesn't help when your bullpen is giving up runs, unlike the way they did last year. Mm-hmm. That I'm hoping kind of settles down as well. I think Zerpa showed what he's potentially capable of in the World Baseball Classic. You got to hope that he kind of gets back into that form. Baseball's a weird game.
But a little bit of work in progress for Angel Zerpa. I agree. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, teams look like they're unbeatable when everybody's hot at the same time. Teams look like they're absolute hot garbage when everybody's cold. You look at the Yankees. The Yankees are loaded up and down the roster with talent. They're not lighting anything on fire right now either. The Phillies are atrocious. Are they a bad team? Probably not. They're just in a bad slump, and it's early in the year.
Well,
and
look at the Mets.
That is the quintessential. They're the anti-Brewers. I will say that the anti-Brewers, they have no clubhouse camaraderie. That team is completely tearing itself apart.
And the Cubs get lucky and get to play them. I mean, that's just bad timing.
We'll get them. We're going to get them too. I mean, it all.
Yeah, but not on a 6 or 7 game losing streak. They'll probably put things together a little bit.
You know what? Don't be shocked if the law of averages being what it is, that the Cubs all of a sudden drop the next 2 because the Mets finally break out of it.
Well,
all losing streaks end.
Yeah.
And
all right, Nate.
Have a great one, guys.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ferguson.
Thank you, Mr. Ferguson. Yes, to his point, and just to validate it, Sal Frelick has 12 hits this year. 3 of them are for extra bases, 2 doubles and a homer, and he has 12 strikeouts this year. Same amount of strikeouts as hits.
So that may be one of the pieces of evidence that some players, some things will take a tick and a little bit of a step back in a given season.
Yeah, Team Lacrosse bringing up a couple of points here. It's amazing how one pitcher can dominate a team. Woodruff now 5-0 versus the Marlins. I thought, great. Brian Anderson had to mention it. I definitely believe in the jinx. How about the NL Central, though? By far the toughest division in the majors right now.
See, there again, that falls into the pocket of, are things really going the Brewers' way? They're really not. They're fighting their way to this 12-8 mark. They're fighting through, injuries. They're fighting through a Sal Frelick cold. They're fighting through, young arms, fighting through a 6-game losing streak. Yet through all that, couldn't you use a down division on a year like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's. I've never seen that stat before, and that's within the Central here. You go top to bottom. The front 4 teams, that includes Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, St. Louis, and Milwaukee, all 4 of them would have the best record in the National League right now.
American League, yes.
I'm sorry, in the American League. You compare it to the best in the AL, all 4 Central teams at the top. And then the Cubs are only, a game and a half out of that best record in the American League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. From Wisconsin on YouTube says Tommy calls out Rengifo and he's out of his slump. Yeah, I'll take it. I actually put him in keys to the game yesterday, and Rengifo can't stop getting hot.
Rengifo Mo.
We are a reaction post-game show, right, yes. Tim Allen? That's what we can do is react. There is no over, there is no underreaction. It's all just reaction.
Yep.
And Rengifo looks great now. This is the Rengifo that everyone's been waiting for to come out in Milwaukee. He still needs to get one to go over the wall, provide some pop, but now he's putting the ball in play. He was hitting it hard going, in the first couple of weeks of the season. They just weren't falling. And yeah, I was questioning why he was batting 5th for a time when he was going 0 for 20 in that stretch. I can admit that. Yes.
Well, you knew he would come out of it. There's just certain veterans. This isn't Ollie Dunn here. This isn't Vinny Capra. I mean, this guy has gotten some real, a large degree of experience in the big leagues. You knew at some point he's going to put something together. Now, is it going to be a 340 batting average with a 363 on base? No. Well, we hope so.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be insane. If Luis Rengifo wins MVP, the Brewers are going to do great things this year.
Jeez. I mean, who knows? But we knew he'd be a little bit better. Timing is pretty important in baseball as well. Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Brewers win 5-2. That's a 4-game winning streak. They take the game today, and they win the series. They go after the sweep tomorrow. That is a 12:40 first pitch. And, of course, Tommy will get you ready on the leadoff show. Still over an hour of Brewers baseball conversation left. Pat Murphy on the way. Your reaction here on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show, live here on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Everybody's cleaning up after a stormy week in which the Brewers are putting things together. And you might be putting your life together, being flooded out and stormed out a little bit, but hopefully we can provide a little distraction for what ails you. And the Brewers got a win today, 5-2 the final. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim and Tommy and that victory. Nicolay Law talking text line at 414-677-1250. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, I think Tommy and I have figured out what this team needs to do moving forward a little bit. First of all, it's getting healthy. I mean, that's a given.
Sure.
But given full health for this team, what it may need and what it may take to fulfill that need, that's coming up in just a little bit. Meantime, Beer Count Kenny, it's Saturday night. I know what's going on with you.
Well, here's what's going on with me.
Oh, that one sounded like a sound effect. That one was pretty good.
One was good.
That's not a sound effect. That's a fact of the matter, my man.
No, I'm just saying the other ones, maybe you held it closer to the phone this time. That one sounded good.
I wish I could join you, man, but it's going to be a chill night after the show tonight. It's going to be a pizza in the oven. I would tell you what kind of pizza, but there's certain brand loyalty issues that I've already gotten in trouble with this year. So I won't tell you what brand it is.
Frozen?
Frozen pizza.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We got that far.
Well, you know what happened. So
Well,
there were a few times.
Frozen pizza, really? You don't have a place down there with all the
plenty.
pizza places?
No, once in a while I do like a frozen pizza. How much? Let me ask you this: how much of a frozen pizza do you normally eat? Just if it's you versus the pizza.
I mean, it depends on the pizza brand, but 75% chance I'm taking down the whole pizza. I mean, if it's a Jack's, it's done. It's gone.
Oh, there we go. You're gonna get in trouble.
Now, those are college pizzas. That's like garbage pizza. But nevertheless, you know, you younger kids, you'll eat whatever somebody puts in front of you.
Well, I'm not taking out a whole DiGiorno double stuffed crust by myself, but I'm just saying a Jack's pizza, like it's cardboard with pepperoni on it.
Those are the 3 for $10
right.
aisle.
Yeah. All right. What did you think of the game today,
let's
Kenny?
Bring it back to reality here. Let's get back to Brewer baseball for crying out loud. We had a great day today with Woodruff on the mound, and I chuckle at some of the comments that I heard earlier. But Woodruff, you know, collecting $22 million with the Brewers. The Brewers and Woodruff. Woodruff is absolutely licking their backside. Why? Nobody knew what this guy was going to do after all the injuries. Now he's doing great.
Yeah.
Now, how long will he sustain this? This is the key. And what does he bring to the team? Yes, he brings a ton to the team.
Leadership.
Yes, $22 million worth. The Brewers believe so. So, with all that being said, every inning we can get out of Woody, and today was a fabulous day. I mean, he saved the bullpen, gave them rest, gave them opportunity, but the offense did what they should have done no matter how they did it. And this is what you do as a winning baseball team. You find a way to win games, win series, and that's what this team is doing. They're back to winning series. It's a long season, boys, as you know. There are going to be many ups and downs, but with this team, under Murph, under GM Arnold, there's going to be more positive than negatives. Now, I do have one thing to say. We need to make a switch at shortstop. So damn bad, it's not even funny.
We'll talk about it after the break. We need to get a guy
in there that can swing the damn bat that's not hitting 200 all season long.
Tommy, I think tonight's version of Beer Count Kenny is slurred speech, Kenny.
Yeah.
No, it is not. It's not slurred speech. It's absolutely right on. And I know a lot of people want to, like Ferguson, they love this guy. They love his defense. But here's the deal. We've always had good defensive shortstops. But what we haven't had are good hitting shortstops.
Willie
and that's what we need.
If this team had Willie Adames right now on it, it would be a dangerous baseball team.
Yeah.
Like a
No, it
deep
wouldn't
run.
be.
Yeah.
Ask the Giants how dangerous
He
they
hit
are.
over
They
30
suck.
homers last year, Kenny.
Who cares? They suck. And Willie Adames isn't doing it. And the fact of the matter is that as much as I love your prediction with Jake Bauers, we need a shortstop that can hit. And we need to solidify the position at third base. And we have guys in the minors that can do
well,
it.
Yeah. Down there we do.
Yeah.
All right. So splitify then the third base role. Kenny,
I'm on a roll tonight, baby. I'm hanging in. And I'm not going to do my one more thing, Johnny. But what I am saying is I love being on this show. This is the best show that the state has ever had. And I'm not trying to be a homer, so to speak, but it is, because you know why, fans? You can speak your piece on this show, and they're going to give you the platform to do it. Call in, enjoy the time. Timmy, Tommy, these guys do it the way you should do it. They love the fans' reaction.
From Love Pirate on YouTube, if Kenny isn't slurring from a buzz, he might want to go to the ER and get checked out for a stroke. They're just looking out for you, Ken. They're just looking out for you. Have a good one, Kenny.
All right.
Tommy, I'm not stroking out by any means.
Okay, good.
What's wrong with you boys?
All right.
All right, Ken. See you later.
We'll talk to you later. Crack another one. Yep.
I got a question for you about the pitching, starting pitching, Woodruff specifically on the other side too, Tim.
And we'll get to that shortstop conversation. I have maybe an idea for Matt Arnold. We'll talk about that. Pat Murphy on the way. It's a 5-2 win. They take the series with this victory today and a 4-game winning streak. They go after the sweep tomorrow. Still an hour to go here. Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios.
Well, fans, the game is over. Welcome to the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Bet above the rest. Only at the Potawatomi Sportsbook, Milwaukee. After the last pitch, you've made the switch for 21 seasons. We'll hear from the manager, the players, and the highlights from the game. It's time to talk about the game and the team with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
A 5-2 victory, their fourth consecutive win, and it's a series-winning game today as they take the first two of this three-game series against the Miami Marlins. Welcome back, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, and a 5-2 victory in large part due to Brandon Woodruff. Just a sparkling game today. 7 innings of 3-hit, 1-run ball, and it set the Brewers up to kind of score what they could given this offense. All right, coming up, we're going to hear from Pat Murphy. We're going to still get your reaction here on the Nicolay Law Talk and text line at 414-677-1250. We will hit our rewind as well and see what the Brewers did on this day in their history. Speaking of rewinds, those of you longtime listeners of this show, last 20 years, couple of decades, back in the mid to late 2000s into the 2010s.
Yeah.
You may remember the Tim and Sparky days.
Oh,
There's going to be a reunion of the Tim and Sparky post-game show.
Yeah.
Coming up this Friday night.
Are you excited?
I can't wait for that. Are you kidding me?
I'm excited. Sparky's going to have the leadoff show for you as well, 1 hour before first pitch, and then he's going to hang around, do the Potawatomi Sportsbook post-game show with Tim. I can't wait for that. I'm gonna listen
Friday.
the next day because I'm at another gig. That's why I'm out.
Yeah.
And I know Sparky's going to be yelling, and you will be laughing during that. I just know that's going to happen at some point during it where
something weird is going to happen in that game.
There will be a glitch. There will be a glitch in that game as it will attract to Sparky. And I can't wait for that at all. I have a couple of texts to get to, but I also have maybe dumb thoughts right now, Tim, maybe smart thoughts right now. Is Brandon Woodruff going to throw more innings than Freddie Peralta either this season or did last season for the Brewers?
Let's check. Where do they sit head-to-head?
So head-to-head through 4 games.
Now, keep in mind, Woody's in the 5-hole to start the season. Freddie's in the 1-hole.
Right. Yeah. Through 4 games, Freddie Peralta has thrown 21 innings. Through 4 games, Brandon Woodruff has thrown 23 2/3 innings.
Wow.
Last year, Freddie Peralta threw 176 innings. Now, he did make 33 starts, but we know he's a 5-inning Freddie kind of guy. And Brandon Woodruff has been proving that, he's going 5 no matter what every day now to this point. Now, I know Woodruff's nursing the injury, but if he's trying to catch another big payday, is he going to want to push it as hard as he can during that stretch?
He sure will.
And I didn't think even to this point he would have more innings after 4 games than Freddie Peralta had, I think. And now I'm questioning on whether or not to find someone to replace the innings of Freddie Peralta, which everyone was concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
Can Brandon Woodruff do it by himself?
It looks like he's going to be close.
It's going to be close. Now, again, I don't think a lot of people are expecting Woodruff to get 30 starts this year. That would be a lot for Brandon Woodruff off this injury.
What did we say in spring training? We thought 20-ish? 20 to 24, somewhere in there, which would have been, would you take 20 to 24 starts out of Brandon Woodruff when you were heading into the season? Well, that may have changed now, Tommy. It looks like he is pretty healthy. I mean, I don't know. I hate to presume anything, but look at the pitch counts. Look at the innings. Look at the ups. Look at the how he responds after a start. I don't.
If Brandon Woodruff goes 5 2/3 30 times this year, which is a lot, But if he averages it out to 30 starts and 5 2/3 during those, that's 170 innings.
Yeah, that is a challenge. I doubt he will get there, but will it be close enough to keep it honest? Yeah, I think so. I mean, we know that first inning Freddie takes care of his length in the ledger, in the line, in the first inning. I mean, we just know he takes care of that. We can determine how far Freddie will go based on his first inning. Most times,
yeah.
Okay, that shortstop position for the Brewers, and I understand what Mr. Ferguson was talking about with, we don't expect Joey Ortiz to be an offensive player, because quite frankly, there's an argument to be made there, because 1 through 9, they all can't be offensive players. They're just, unless you're the Dodgers, then you go against the grain, and we know why. I think most teams, most years, you don't expect that. However, just envision Jackson Chourio, Vaughn, Yelich, along with Contreras, along with Bryce Terang. Okay, now we're looking, along with a Garrett Mitchell, now we're looking at a stack lineup. If there's a shortstop there, would you, if Boston were to pay a good chunk of the dollars on Trevor Story, and I know he's been struggling, and I know there's an injury background and all that, but sometimes change scenery, all that. If they paid a chunk of that money and you didn't have to give up too much, maybe one of those mid-lane prospects, I don't know, to pop an offensive guy into this lineup once everyone's healthy. Oh man, it does beg the question, would they then be one of the better offenses in baseball?
According to Spot Track, the two shortstops most likely to be traded this year are Anthony Volpe and CJ Abrams. And a guy like Abrams would demand a massive haul, it feels like, for prospects.
Seems like it.
He's 25, plus he'd have 2 years of team control after that as well. But that name does something, I think, more than an Anthony Volpe does, who is in the same boat of 25 and 2 years of team control. But, I mean, would you get rid of 2 top 100 guys to get CJ Abrams in the building?
Yeah. And well, under the team control. Yeah. The other thing to consider at the shortstop, as well as the Bryce Terang situation, you do have these younger players, high-end top prospect players coming in to fill those spots. So you don't want to really overshoot this thing to the point where, well, why did you do that? Because you got these guys behind. Bryce Terang, it looks like, is quickly pricing himself out of Milwaukee, doesn't it?
I don't think so. No, I don't. I think that it's, you have enough money to get one contract done every time it pops up.
Usually there's one. There's Braun, then he handed the baton to Yelich.
Should be handed to Bryce Terang right after that. I am willing to build.
Contreras.
No. 30-year-old catcher, pass. Hard pass.
I don't know, man.
Hard
That's
pass.
A tough call.
I love William Contreras. He is a beast. He is so important to this team right now. It is awesome that he catches as often and as frequently as he does. He is one of the best hitters on the team. He is crucial in the pitching development. I am still giving Bryce Terang the deal 100 times out of 100 over William Contreras, because he will be 30 years old and a catcher when his contract comes up. As far as the production they've had for the team, maybe you could argue it, but I'm looking ahead. Terang's a guy that's going to play second base in MLB for the next 10 years still, Tim.
Probably 8 to 10 years, yeah.
All day.
Young enough. Bryce barrel Terang. I mean, he's barreling stuff up. Wow.
I would pay him as soon as Yelich's deal comes off the books. He gets that contract, and you can do that.
I mean, put his locker next to Sal Frelick, will you?
Or
have those two guys hang out.
Yeah, that would be nice. That'd be good.
Get them to barrel that up. But again, you have that middle infield that is Bryce Terang. Yeah, there's a lot of conversations going to be had about that. But there's that Jesus Madej, and there's the Joey Ortiz. Is that it doesn't look like Joey Ortiz is long-term. Let's face it. Not a big knock on Joey Ortiz because, I wish he'd do better. And he is a little bit better maybe than last year. Mm-hmm. Defensively amazing.
Sure.
But do you really, truly believe as a Brewer fan that the shortstop position is locked down by Shohei Ohtani's for the next 4 to 6 years? The answer is no.
No, I don't think so either. They do have the arbitration years coming up as well with Ortiz, so he is under team control for the next 3 seasons still currently after this one.
I could see him being a utility guy and being okay at it. I could see that.
Would you rather Joey Ortiz or David Hamilton be the utility guy on your team?
Joey O.
Okay. All right. That's a good gauge.
I would prefer Joey O, yeah. And David Hamilton. I mean, Alexander Hamilton, are you kidding? You get what you can get out of him, and he better get what he can get out of himself soon, because when people start getting healthier, they're going to have some decisions to make. All right, Nicolay Law talking text line 414-677-1250. Talking Brewers baseball after a 5-2 win. Woody, 7 innings of 1-run ball. And Bryce Terang homers again, a 2-run shot, knocked in 3 of the 5 runs. Bodie, what do you say? You're on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show.
What is up, guys?
What is up?
How we doing, Bode?
Couple things I have to say about this game. Great win by the boys today. Great teams do finish these games off. And we were getting threatened out in the ninth, and I was starting to get a little worried, but then I'm like,
me too.
I saw Murph get out there, and I'm like, okay, he's bringing it. Abner, we got this in the bag. But I think Abner is the 9th inning guy that we want in Milwaukee. And
I don't think you're alone. Bodie, I don't think you're alone. I think a lot of people have, even coming into the season, regardless of McGill's struggles here this year, even coming into the season, people had thought, well, it's only a matter of time before Abner is the closer.
Right. And Bodie, so then to that point, do you just want McGill to be the 8th inning guy then?
Anywhere where we can fit him.
All right. More of a fluid role. Okay. Go ahead, Bodie.
With Brandon Woodruff, he put on a show today. 10 innings with only 1 allowed run.
So, Bodie, let me ask you a question. When you guys make a frozen pizza at home, how much of that pizza do you eat?
Not much of it, honestly.
No?
No.
Guess how much Tommy eats of a frozen
Okay,
pizza.
dude. Scott's tweeting at me. Scott tweeting at me, too. Nothing wrong with a frozen Jack's pizza. Has to be some kind of good, as the whole one is still 2,000 calories. Like, I'm not saying that I should be a dietitian while I do this. I'm telling you, this is full transparency. What happens, it's a Jack's pizza. Also, if I'm eating a Jack's pizza, there's a 98% chance that I was drinking something before that too. Like I'm not just eating Jack's pizzas with orange juice at the end of the night.
No, that wouldn't be good. My bowels are loosening right now.
God, Tim. Jeez. Bodie, anything else from the game?
With what you said earlier with the contract, the next big contract, I do agree, should go to Bryce Terang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think so.
All right, Bodie. I'm thinking I'm wanting William Contreras to get a big deal. I don't know if you can measure how valuable he is to that pitching staff. How successful this pitching staff has been. You hear Pat Murphy give this guy credit almost on a daily basis.
Yeah, even if he doesn't catch.
There's something to that. I mean, there's something to that, how he handles things.
Yeah, and I still do believe that it would be in our best interest to do anything we can to keep Bryce to reign in the city of Milwaukee as long as possible.
Yeah, Bodie, to your point, like they should be able to just sign both of them. It should be. I hate that we have to do a would you rather on this guy or that guy, like because both of those guys are worthy. I'm just saying that 30-year-old catcher William Contreras, who likes to catch as much as he does, there's a DH. I get it, but they're gonna end up with Luis Rengifo there for the next 10 years too on your watch, Tim Allen. So yeah, exactly. All right, Bodie. Have a good rest of your night, my man.
See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, there's Bodie.
Right. 414-677-1250. Nicolay Law Talking text line 5-2 Brewers win.
I got a couple other ones here on the Talking text line, Tim, from the 414. Mitchell has a .459 on base percentage. He should be the leadoff hitter with the current injuries and lack of production for Sal. And I wanted to bring up that point too, Tim. Sal Frelick in the 5 spot last year. You remember that, right? He was batting 5th quite a bit. And the whole argument was the 5 spot leads off an inning the second most times over the 1 spot.
Yes.
That's happening to Jake quite a bit today, and he's not coming up to get on base. I think it would be something to experiment again, to try to maybe move Jake down a little bit and slot Sal back in the 5 spot. If you really just want him to act as a leadoff type hitter, I would love to go back to that experiment again, too. To his point, Garrett Mitchell batting 7th, I would love to see him batting higher.
Yeah, I mean, if this continues, it won't be long. I don't think you have a choice now, especially with the injuries. Keep your eyes on the numbers for Garrett Mitchell because they're starting to stack up a little bit here. I know a lot of folks say that, the season is still young, it's still early, and there's going to be a lot of people that say June 6th is, it's still early yet. These games are important, but 20 games is a pretty decent chunk of games, guys. It's almost a month's worth of baseball. I know it's only 20 games. It is 1/8 of the season, if my math is correct. But again, there's some indicators here. And I've always said there's some indicators. A lot of people over the years, Tommy, have asked me, well, when do you get a good read on what a team is, who they are, their personality, how they play the game, and to some degree, predictable success or failure. And I've always said 25 will give you the first sort of vision of that, the first piece or the first pieces of information. So we're less than a week away from that point right now. We're heading into game 21 tomorrow. And in terms of Garrett Mitchell, that's a decent kind of look at him.
I will ask you then this, to Mr. Ferguson's point from earlier in the show, Tim, 20 games through this season, do you think this is a 96-win team looking at it right now?
I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Because that's what they're on pace for.
They are, despite the 6-game losing streak, and who knows, they win 2 of those, where the numbers would
Buntfest 1.0
project out. Right. I mean, but the Garrett Mitchell, the swing and a miss, I think is one of the things we need to keep our eyes on.
Well, and another thing, though, just to have Garrett Mitchell in that spot, he showed plate discipline today. He drew 3 walks, right?
You did.
And I just think of Garrett Mitchell heading to that leadoff spot and it being eerily similar to when the Brewers were like, Corey Hart, you're going to bat leadoff. And everyone was like, what the hell are you doing? Why is Corey Hart going to the leadoff spot? And then the whole argument was, we just want him to see strikes. Just let him see strikes. Because if he touches a baseball, he can do some damage. And then Corey Hart batting leadoff was maybe my favorite version of Corey Hart that the Brewers ever had.
Could be.
He was unreal. And if you want to give ample opportunities to a guy like Garrett Mitchell, because that's the other problem with Sal. He's seeing strikes, right? He's on base percentage is 280 right now. He's not getting it done in the leadoff spot.
What are you doing,
it's not getting it done in the leadoff spot. If Garrett Mitchell was seeing strikes and he has the pop in his bat that we all think that he does have, it would be interesting to me is all I'm saying. I would be interested.
I would think the trick to Sal Frelick to just get back on track is just to change his jersey number.
Oh, so that you can retire it for the fans.
So we can retire 10 for the fans.
Well, number 50 is there's the Easton McGee jersey retirement next week,
I just
right?
expand on that? If you're listening on the podcast, fine. If you're listening live, great. When I saw that Easton McGee was wearing number 50, I was confused by this. Isn't that Euchre's number for his 50 years? Shouldn't that be off limits?
So it's really weird because if you go to Baseball Reference, it says Easton McGee wore number 50. If you go to MLB, it says he wears number 55. Maybe
Right.
that's in Nashville, but
I don't know if he wore 50. Can we confirm that he wore 50 at the big league level?
I'm pretty confident. Let me see if I can go to his like Baseball Savant because I think that will have video footage of it with it. And then I'll be able to see if he was wearing 50 in the one game he pitched in.
If you have put 17 off limits for Jim Gantner, one would assume you'd put 50 off limits for Bob Uecker. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Okay.
Because, Wall of Honor, Walk of Fame, retired numbers, flags, pennants, all those things at the stadium, they're super important to me as a longtime Brewers fan, and I just love this team, everything about them. That's important to me for whatever reason. Some people say you're just a nut job. Fine, whatever. But to put 50 up there for his 50 years of service, yet he was with the organization 54 years, just to point that out.
Yeah.
Point of clarity here. It was 54 years.
His headshot does have 50 in it as well.
And doesn't that seem a little awkward to everybody? Does that not seem a little weird? It's not that it's Easton McGee. It could be anybody.
Oh, I mean, it does help that it's Easton McGee. It does help. Let's be real. Okay. Like, I'm just saying that if Yelich wore 50, wanted to change his number to 50 after Bob passed,
or Kyle Harrison just came in and took 50 because he's going to be around a while.
Yeah, but I think Yelich doing the tribute 50 would make more sense, right? Like, oh, let's do it for Bob in that way.
54.
Well, I don't know,
the
Tim.
50's up at the stadium, correct?
50 years in baseball, yes, is up at the stadium.
Let's not have Easton McGee wear that.
Carlos Rodriguez just announced jersey number 50 coming. They're just going to keep giving it. Jake Woodford changing his number to 50 if he would.
To number 50.
Yeah.
Well, every year, game 54, the entire team should wear 54.
Oh,
for
I
Bob
love
Uecker.
that idea. That is an idea right there, Tim.
For Bob Uecker.
I like that. Also, they should change the Mendoza line to the Uecker line. Because
that's true, too.
Uecker batted 200. Mendoza, I think, didn't even bat 200. Like by the end of it.
Did you know there are not many highlights, audio or TV of Bob Uecker's play? There was one we found that was a pop-up, and it said Uecker back and makes the catch. I mean, there is one or two out there, but yeah. Okay, so we're going to hear from Pat Murphy coming up. Brewers get their fourth straight victory. They're making up for that 6-game losing streak, a 12-8 mark as we speak. Brandon Woodruff going to get some accolades from his manager, I am sure. As you guys are enjoying your Saturday night, and the weather will get a little bit better, a little chilly today, but no storms for once. Boy, it's been a hell of a week with that regard. All right, Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show. Tim Allen, Tommy Wortz, live here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios after another Brewers win. All right, so the 50 controversy continues. Hold on just a second here. Brewers win 5-2. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show live in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. Tim and Tommy, and a fourth consecutive victory for the crew. Woody, outstanding today, 7 innings of 1-run ball. Take it. All right. So they took the 50 down and put a microphone up there.
Yeah. Just got to call in from there. I do remember that. I went to that Euchre game now that I remember that, but I still wonder, like, why take down the 50? Because it was wrong now. No. So then they were thinking, or like Easton McGee was like, hey, I need number 50 or I'm not pitching for this team.
In my contract. I better have 50.
like there's no way that was the scenario.
No. So I think it might be in preparation. I'm assuming. I assume a lot of things, and I'm wrong. But I'm assuming that from Adonacio all the way down to the parking attendants, if there are such things anymore, that the 54 number should be retired for his 54 years of service to this organization.
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, you have to be a Hall of Famer to get your jersey number retired within the Brewers organization. He is a Hall of Famer.
He is.
And you slap up 54 for his 54 years for a Hall of Famer, and he is we commemorate him forever. And his jersey is right there with all the rest.
Do you just wait until Jake Bauers is off the team and go with 9?
Well, he did wear 9, right?
But that was for the Braves, technically, at the time, right?
But
and
see,
Cardinals.
To signify the 54 years, that is just an amazing feat. That even points out how important he was to this organization. This is a no-brainer. Now, the 10 thing, okay, there's a little bit of wiggle room there for the fan, the retiring number 10, although I am serious about that too. Not as emphatic, not as hard-lined on it. The 54 for Euchre for his years here needs to be retired, period. I don't know what else to tell this organization. Nobody would disagree with this.
No, I don't. I can't see why.
Well, there you go. There's my little Euchre rant.
Well, maybe that's what the skipper's talking about in his post-game presser.
The game is over, and it's time to hear from the skipper on the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show with Tim Allen and Tommy Wortz on the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network.
Yeah, Woody was tremendous. Again, William and Woody worked together. That was the way they navigated the 5th, 6th, and 7th was beautiful. Actually, all game. He just did a great job, and just goes to show you, old school command and keeping them off balance. Yeah, they did a great job together.
What kind of difference was the changeup for him today?
Yeah. I mean, difference for sure. They had to honor it, and righties and lefties. So I think Woody was sharp. They give us 7 innings in a day where the bullpen is, it's where we're at with the pitching staff. Really, the starting pitchers this whole week have been really productive for us to give us a chance to give some of these guys a little bit of a rest.
11 walks for the offense. What did you like about the approach?
Yeah, I mean, that's how we have to play. I thought our approach got crappy after the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. I thought we gave away a lot of at-bats. It's not typical of us. But I thought the at-bats before that, grinding them out. And I think that's going to be a key for us that we did that. Sandy's really, really good. He's really good today. It was tough to see. His changeup's devastating. His heater's really good. Excuse me. And I just felt like the guys did a great job of running them up. And Terang had a huge game. Yeah, it's not that we put out a bunch of hits, but we grounded out some ABs. We walked 11, you said? Could have been 14, easy.
How about Mitchell on the contact play right after you guys worked on it? Did you like that?
Yeah, he's got to slide head first. You can't slide with your feet at home plate in this day and age. It slows you down. So, But yeah, it was great. Good. You know what I mean? It's a down angle read.
Some other little things you're up for defense. You mentioned that before the game as well.
Lockridge's catch. Lockridge made some nice plays, and Sal's always in the right spot. You know, yeah, you're right. Did a lot of really good things, but I mean, we're not playing great, and we're not great. We know that, but they're getting the most out of it. You know, so I'm proud of those guys. Terang is, you know, in a good, beautiful spot, and playing the crap out of defense too. Gifo had good at bats for the most part. Locke comes up with he's just scrappy, you know what I mean? He just comes up with big stuff. Yeah. The other guys will get on track. Sal will get on track. We know who he is. I think we just stepped off the gas there a little bit in the seventh. Could have cost us.
Could have cost them. There he is, manager Pat Murphy, after the Brewers win today. Tim Allen. Did you know Sandy Alcantara pitched great today? Did you know that?
No, he didn't. He didn't pitch great. I think decent offense, rolling decent. And it wouldn't even have to be a great offense. They would have hammered that dude today. He'd have been in the showers by the end of the third inning. But credit the Brewers, 11 walks. That's 106 walks this year so far through the 20 games.
Major league leading, by the way, too, through that, Tim Allen.
That's a great sign.
It's a great sign.
It really is. And we talk about those indicators early on, 20, 25 games in. That's one of those you can point to, the walks. But yeah, the other thing that jumped at me is Brandon Lockridge. He's starting to prove it to me a little bit. I got to admit.
I'm going to say that he is as good as the best versions we've seen of Blake Perkins.
Oh, fair enough.
That's where I'm at.
Has been productive.
Yeah. There's no shade at best versions of Blake Perkins. I'm not saying right now Blake Perkins, but right. I don't see Lockridge as, when everyone's healthy, he should be in the lineup.
But if this continues for Lockridge, I don't have a problem at all with him being the fourth or fifth outfielder. Not at all.
No, he's hitting 255 right now. He has a 627 OPS, but he's got a 333 on base percentage right now.
Yeah.
He's got more hits than Sal this year.
Yeah. And Sal, okay, the final thing on Murph there, Sal will come out of it. We know who he is. Yeah. I mean, but sometimes a younger player will take a step back season. Is this that one, and how big of a step back does one take?
I mean, it's here
potentially a quantum leap.
This is year 4 of Sal.
Yeah, and really,
year 3.5.
He's never going to be a superstar. We all know that.
No, but we need him to be solid.
An above average player. Yes.
You need 265 out of Sal.
Yeah. Bryce Terang, however, in a good spot is what Murph said. Let's hear from Bryce after a 3 RBI game, including a 2-run homer.
Bryce, you were on base, felt like all day, on 4 times, and the home run and the single for you, both of them coming on first pitch. Why'd you want to be aggressive in those ABs?
Yeah, the past couple days, maybe feeling like I wasn't. And so I just want to be aggressive today in the zone, knowing that having confidence in myself that I can handle them in the zone. And that was the plan today is being aggressive in the zone, and it worked out.
Well, as an offense, you guys drew 11 walks, which is a season high, and 6 of them against Sandy Alcantara. What went into the team approach today?
Have good at-bats, make the guy throw strikes, let him give you a pitch to hit, and when he does that, then drive it. And they did just that. I mean, you said with 6 walks.
Yeah, 6 against Sandy. Yeah.
6 against him, and making him throw balls over the plate, having competitive at bats, and that's what we just did. So.
Well, Woody gave you 7 strong innings as well. Just what'd you see with how he was able to control their lineup?
Very impressive. He's great. Watching him pitch is so much fun. What he's been through, and then watching him come out here and succeed and go out there and compete is so cool to watch. He's a competitor. He wants to win every pitch. win every at bat, and he did that just today, and that was big for us. Having 7 innings is big, helping saving some of the guys in the pen, and he's a great dude, and just happy for him.
All right, Rang, thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Rang with Sophia Minert on Brewers TV.
Are you going to call him Rang?
Rang?
That's what was there at the end. All right, Rang.
Right. Rang.
She called him G Mitch yesterday. I kind of like that one from Mitchell.
G Mitch, not bad.
I'm getting G Mitch Choi, though. That's like where my G Man Choi comes. That's right.
G Man Choi.
There was another
There's
reference.
a throwback.
Yeah.
We're going to rewind, and maybe he'll be in our rewind on the other side here as minutes are running out here on tonight's show. Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. There's Tommy Wortz, Tim Allen. Brewers win tonight, 5-2. All right, hit the rewind button after this Brewers 5-2 victory. We'll look forward after we get through this here. We'll rewind on this day in Brewers history.
Yeah.
Back to the year
2002.
Ooh.
Because there's not a lot of good years. There's not a lot of good days to pick in 2002.
There's not. There was only about 60 some odd wins.
So one of them was April 18th in 2002, Tim. And they beat the Cardinals. That's always a good thing, too, to celebrate. That was
Burnett's,
also
Jenkins.
I don't think Burnett's was in the lineup today. It was, and Jenkins was batting third. Sexton was batting fourth.
Mm-hmm.
He had 2 homers on that day. Eric Young Sr. Yikes.
EY.
Alex Sanchez. What do I know Alex Sanchez? Did I know he
don't
played?
think so.
Matt Stairs, he had a long MLB career of just hitting pinch hit homers, but he was
breaking up no hitters by Dave Bush.
He was starting games for the Brewers. Then it gets real interesting after that, Tim. Raul Casanova catching.
Yeah, the catcher.
Tyler Houston was at third base.
Former Cub.
Jose Hernandez at shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Nelson Figueroa was on the bump.
Ooh.
And he did not have a hit, just in case anyone was wondering. Pitchers were hitting back then. He did not have a hit. Jose Cabrera, Takahito Nomura. Did I know he played for the Brewers?
That does not sound familiar to me.
Takahito Nomura. He only played for the Brewers. Number 95, Tim. Remember that. 95.
I'll log it in.
21 games with an 8.5 ERA in his age 33 season.
I don't remember that name.
Yeah. Takahito Nomura, I think. That's how you say it.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow.
Yeah, I don't remember that one either. I remember Takashi Saito.
I remember Travis Ishikawa.
Okay. Nori Aoki.
Okay. Who was the reliever? That was Saito, right?
Saito, yeah.
Yeah.
But then Wong. Wei Chung Wong.
Wei Chung Wong. Was he bad?
Dude, he was so
wow.
Dude, he was so bad.
It was almost like he was their mascot.
He was getting thrown out there when they were like, we need someone to just get the absolute, kicked out of him. Like,
just go do something.
It was like, we don't have a position player that we want their arm to get hurt right now. So we're gonna go with you, Wei Chung Wong.
Yeah, that is wild. In 2002, so that was in the midst of the playoff drought.
Mm-hmm.
I've admitted this before. I threatened that year going into 2002. I'm not going to be a Brewers fan anymore if you don't make the playoffs this year. I did. I threatened that.
In that season specifically?
In that one, because it was 20 years. That was the 20-year mark.
Then they won 56 games. So
well, it didn't take me long. It was late April-ish where I'm like, what are you talking about? Because I was considering being a Rockies, Diamondbacks, or White Sox fan.
Oh, God.
And I was going to switch allegiances. Now, that was my threat. You can't make the playoffs in 20 years. I don't care what sport you're doing. Something's wrong.
I think their largest win streak of that season was 4 games.
Okay.
From what I'm looking at right now, May 31st to June 4th.
That may have been when I said, hey, they got a shot at this thing here.
Yeah, because everyone knew after a 4-game winning streak and you're 22-36, you just beat the Cubs. They're like, oh, there's a shot.
Those were the type of years. I'm not kidding you. This is the type of fan I am. Those are the type of years where you knew they were bad deep down. You didn't want to admit it. Hey, it's the championship season here. And so it would be mid-August and they'd be 8.5 back or something. And I'd say, well, hold on here. They have the first place team coming in for a 3-game set. If they sweep that, they're only 5.5 out. I would do this all the way until mathematical elimination.
Yeah, September 12th.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
And then at that point, it was, okay, it's all fantasy football now.
Well, it was always hard to give up on seasons like that because you would see the Cardinals be 6 games out September 1st to make the playoffs every freaking year. I mean, every year. And then that 07 Rockies team, like anything can happen, right? I mean, that 07 Rockies team where they
20
win
in a row.
Yeah, they just won 23 of their last 24, and then they rode that all the way to a World Series appearance. Got, what kicked in. Against the Sox that year, but always a chance if that was the case too.
It's just, again, I threatened that, and I was somewhat serious. And this was in the off season, and I remember telling Stevie that, look, I mean this. I'm done with these guys. I'm done with them. You can't go 20 years without making the playoffs. They went 26. Here we are.
Hey, and you're still here, Tim.
And I'm still here.
Still kicking.
One of these years, it will be the championship season. It could be this year.
Could be.
You don't know. You just don't know. I believe Matt Arnold's got a plan here. I do. I think he's got a plan moving forward. If that team proves something to him, and so far, I think they're proving a little bit. I do. Young pitching staff starting to take some strides. Offense got to get healthy. All right. It'll be game 3. Brewers going after the sweep and a 5-game winning streak tomorrow. Tommy Wortz with the leadoff show gets you ready at 11:30. And after the game, we'll have the Potawatomi Sportsbook postgame show here in the Wisconsin Sports Radio Network studios. It'll be Miz on the mound going after the sweep. I like that, Tommy.
Love it. Can't wait.
Man. Okay, well, you guys have a great rest of your Saturday night. And we'll talk Brewers again tomorrow afternoon. Again, Mizorowski, what do you say you have the best start of your career?
Hell yeah.
That would be awesome. For Tommy Wortz, my name is Tim Allen. You guys have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. And remember, as always, smile, Wisconsin. Bob Uecker is smiling back.